welcome to episode 62 of the Alfa Romeo Driver Podcast, brought to you by the Alfa Romeo Owners Club. I'm Guy Swarbrick, and this week I'm joined by Club Manager Nick Wright and board members Kirsty Hodson and David Faithful to talk about next weekend's National Alfa Day and the events for the rest of the year from Sussex through to Yorkshire.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're just a week away from National Alfa Day. I know people are starting to get excited, so I thought it would probably be good to spend some time talking about what's going to be going on the day, which, as some of you know from the last couple of podcasts, I'm going to miss National Alfa Day, so you're going to spend the next half an hour or so telling me what I'm going to miss, which is a little bit frustrating. But so just to start with, same venue. People are going to be used to Bicester. We've been there twice before, but we're using it in a rather different way this time, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, so yes, it's the same venue, but it'll feel really different. Kind of moving away from the concept of a static show, much more active, real-time gathering, where we've not only got hundreds of classics lined up in the engineering quarter of Bicester, we'll have hundreds and hundreds of modern classics and modern Alfas, making much more use of the space on the airfield. And for the first time, we'll be using the track. So the track will be doing display laps and demo laps, and it's going to be a much more, moving feast, let's put it that way.
And parking a little bit different. I mean, we've traditionally at National Alfa Day had fairly strict model parking, but it's not quite going to be like that this time.
No, we're mixing up a little bit this time. We're still putting the pre-85s in the tech area, as we've done previously, but we're just having sort of general modern classics, moderns, Mr. Griffiths' endangered species, but there's some more sort of in areas of era than strictly one model this time. A bit of a change.
And a couple of registers on one section being a particular area of focus around the main display area.
Yes, I'll be in separate groups this year to demonstrate the special ones. We're going to have an Alfa female section. That'll be in the middle, and that'll be effectively the launch of our new section, National Alfa Day. We're going to have all of the Alfa females parked together, and we're going to have a detailing demo, in fact, 2 detailing demos during the day, and we're going to have some merchandise available for children. And it's going to be a really good opportunity for us ladies to get together because it's a virtual section and we don't normally get together in person. It's an ideal opportunity for ladies to meet each other.
And you said things for the children in the Alfa female area. There's a couple of child-centric things happening during the course of the day, aren't there?
Yeah, we've got face painting, and we've also got kiddie go-karts. So for children aged 4 to 10, we've got a little inflatable go-kart track, which is going to be fantastic, I think. They're going to love it. So they can do a bit of driving as well, get them into the habit.
And it's all free.
So children driving. How about adults driving, David?
So what we're doing with the parade track is we are having a running order of the day. So we're working with the registrars, and we're going to have some key registers doing demo laps, parade laps with some specific models. Yes, so there's going to be a lot of different registers displaying their cars. So we're mobilising with the registrars as we speak. We've already mobilised some of those registers in terms of the 4Cs, 105s, modifieds, and particularly, of course, Alfa Suds. It's the 50th anniversary of when the Alfa Sud was on sale in the UK. So in our traditional show zone, we're aiming to get 50 Alfa Suds and Sprints all in one place. So it'll be the first time we've seen that kind of a volume for many decades. And we'll be doing parade laps of the Suds as well. So yeah, it'd be great to see that many Suds all going around the parade laps. But yeah, we're looking at something special on the track. A running order will be created throughout the day. So, when people arrive, gates open at 9:30. The aim is that from around 10, there'll be a running order of everything that's happening in the central show zone for families, kids and Alfisti. So we're going to have a running order for the track and a running order for everything that's happening in the core show zone. So basically people will be able to choose between whatever's happening at any point in time during the day in the show zone. And there'll be a running order of the cars on the track as well. So people will be able to go and have a look at the side of the track and get some great photos of moving cars, as well as go along and participate in the events that are happening in the centre show zone.
And for people who've been to Bicester before, but without the track running, the track goes from kind of the display area, control tower area, round one of our grass parking areas from previous years, doesn't it? And then down what was the main car line in the past.
Yeah, it's basically a long figure of 8. And yeah, it runs from the control tower up to the north of the field and back down again. And that's why we're making more use of the airfield side. So because traditionally we would park cars on that track, up the top of that track, we're not going to do that this year. That needs to be closed off for safety. So we'll be bringing the displayed cars further down. So if you imagine where the show zone normally is, around by the control tower, you'll be heading straight out to the airfield, and there'll be rows and rows and rows of modern Alfas and modern classics on the grass, instead of being up north where the track is. We'll be using that for the display laps.
And in the middle, there'll be the concours and the show and shine sections as well.
What we're trying to do is really use the space so that, people don't have to walk 1,000 miles to see absolutely everything. We want people to be able to see and enjoy all aspects of Alpha Day. And, whether it's the concours and show and shine, if you're in the Alpha female zone, modifieds, modern classics, moderns, or through to the engineering quarter in terms of seeing the pre-85 classics. There's something for everybody to see and something for everyone to do, and loads of food to eat and loads of drinks too.
And you said that people won't have to walk 1,000 miles to see everything. I believe there's a way of them seeing everything without walking at all.
There is, Guy, yes. We've got the Chris Knott sponsored land train, which will be doing laps of the venue for the whole day. So goes in through the tech area, down, be stopping various points down there, including the Wrigley Monkey Brewery. We have stuff to eat and drink around there. And they come out, go around all the park cars and everything. So hop on, hop off that. In theory, you can see the whole venue without doing any walking at all, which is good. And so it's all kindly sponsored by Chris Knott Insurance this year.
And you mentioned food and drink at the brewery. Obviously, people come to see the cars, but you need to eat and drink while you're there. What other options are people going to have to imbibe?
We do. We have in the show zone area, there's a breakfast and burger van, fish and chips van. There'll be healthy options, vegan options, plenty of drinks outlets and things as well. So I think we learned from last year, and we've got more food outlets there this year. So ice cream and pizza as well just sprung to mind. So.
Presumably you've covered all options because you haven't booked the weather yet.
The weather's booked, yes. I might have peaked a little bit soon on that one, so we'll see.
You talked about the schedule for the display area, David. What sort of things have we got going on there other than parked cars?
Yes, I think there's a mixture of things. So this year, for the first time, we've got a live Italian band. They're a brilliant band. They're called Passion Band, and they're called Passion Italia. And they are Italians. They are an Italian family, brilliant bunch of guys, really experienced. They'll be playing throughout the day. So again, in the running order, they'll be doing several, half-hour sets. In between that, we'll be doing interviews and our competition prizes. We've also got right next door to the live stage, we'll have the Pirelli Formula One simulator, which is absolutely fabulous. It's the closest thing you'll get to driving a Formula One car without actually, having to wear a helmet. Other things that we've got, so on that running order, we've got Unity Alfa Romeo there. So they'll have cars on display and we'll be speaking to them. We have Revive with their detailing products. So they'll be doing detailing demos as well. We've also got Halford's mobile experts there. So our partners at Halford's, they're sending over fully trained, qualified mobile experts, and they'll be giving free car checks, free advice. They'll fix your wiper blades if you need them to. So there's a number of things that we're squeezing into that running order. But again, what we're trying to do is give people choice, so people don't have to stand in front of the live stage, for hour after hour to see everything. They can choose the things that are interesting to them, and they can go and look at things on the track. And by the way, they don't have to stand in front of the live stage at all, because we've booked 100 deck chairs. So they can pull up a deck chair and sit there with their family and either bring their picnic or get food and drinks, or jump on the land train and head down the engineering zone to the Wrigley Monkey Brewery, where they'll have beers and so on.
One of the main displays in the show zone is, of course, Alfa Romeo Hospitality Unit. They'll be there with some staff and a Tonale on display as well. Everyone will have a look at. I think most people will be the first time they'll see one of those in the flesh. So we look forward to that.
Yeah, they had a good word, but for most people it'll be the first time, won't it?
And Cotswold Alpha Day.
So, Guy, you are the only person on this call who has driven the Tonale. Should we be excited about seeing it in the flesh?
No, it's rubbish. No, it's It's really good. As people will know from the newsletter which came out last week, I managed to get hold of a car at very short notice and went on a bit of an odyssey over a long weekend. And it's a very impressive bit of kit.
So we're certainly expecting to have one Tonali there. Fingers crossed we might have more than one. We'll see what Alfa can do. It would certainly be good to, for all of the lovers of Alfa Romeo, it's certainly worth checking out the Tonali in person. I think all of us on the call have seen it in person now, and only one of us have driven it. So I'm really keen that we get a chance to drive a Tonali in the next few months. I think, if sitting in it, if touching it and feeling it is anything to go by, it should be a really good car.
I did ask the Alfa female ladies what they wanted from National Alfa Day, and they mostly said gin and male models, but, that's not very appropriate, probably.
Well, there is gin there.
Yes, that's true.
And with the male models.
Yeah.
So, what more could you ask?
So we're compromising, and we're offering some shopping instead, which is one of the other things that they asked for. So, yeah, the club shop will be there as usual, which is excellent. That's a really good selection, actually, normally at these shows.
So I think we've talked about face painting and go-karting, but I think there's something else for the kids at the event, isn't there?
Well, look, we're really keen that people know that if they're coming to an Alfa Romeo Owners Club event, they can bring families, they can bring children. We're really keen to get the youngsters involved. So yeah, we've got lots of things going on for the kids. Importantly, when you arrive at National Alfa Day, if you've got kids in the car, they will receive a gift.
All under 16s are free anyway, to encourage them to come along with the rest of the family. Tickets are $13.95 for AROC members, $18.95 for non-members. As we record this, there are some member ones left. Who knows what will have happened by the time this goes out. So
we're a week away. I know a lot of the events that we've run over the last 12 months or so have been ticket only. Is there still a chance for people to come along?
There is. Again, it is by advance ticket only. Again, it is filling up. So, if you're going to come, then get your ticket sooner rather than later, I would advise.
And we talked about Concours and Show and Shine earlier on. So a couple of things on that. One, is it still possible to enter those? And for people who haven't entered them before, what's the difference between the Concours competition and Show and Shine?
Concours is a more traditional, strict judging system. It's based on the originality of the car as well as the condition. Show and Shine is more car that can be in very good condition, but it's been modified, for example, is not totally original.
It's more like a section sort of fun concours rather than the Show and Shine is. It's more accessible, I think, to the vast majority of our members.
If people do want to enter, they can't just turn up on the day, can they? They need to enter in advance. So what's the closing date for those competitions?
Closing date is Wednesday the 3rd, just next Wednesday. They will need to fill a form in and email it to me. They're available to download from the website. I'll just drop me an email and I can send one through. But everything needs to be pre-entered so we know what's coming. And numbers.
And I know I've spoken to people in the past who've thought about it but didn't think their car was up to it. I think we'd encourage anybody who loves their car to have a go, yeah?
Absolutely. And I find people one year will contact me, say, I'll have a go. And then this year they're like, well, I've found out what I didn't do quite right last time, and they always get hooked on it and want to enter again. So yeah, it's all good. We don't obviously. It's always good to see new cars there as well. We don't want to see the same old cars turning up every year. So that would encourage anyone to have a go.
I seem to remember a few years Ian Jeffcott having to have his arm twisted to enter his Berliner and then won.
Yes, indeed. Ever since. Yes.
Anything else we haven't mentioned?
Just a point of interest, really, probably for the kids more than anything else. That might be a comforting point for parents because National Alfa Day is so large now. We've started now booking dedicated paramedics, an ambulance and a fire crew and a fire truck. So on the plus side, people needn't worry if their kids come flying off a go-kart or graze a knee on the show. We'll have on-site paramedics and fire crews. But more importantly for the children, go up and have a chat to the firemen and the paramedics because they seem really lovely. They're happy to show people their stuff. They've got some cool gizmos. If your kid's nagging you, they've had their face painted, they've had their lunch, they've had to go on the go-karts, what to do next? Go and find a fire person.
Now, I do like the fact that we're not parking my model this year. It worked really well at Spring Alpha Day, and you got a chance to talk to people who aren't just other owners of the same model as you. You got a chance to compare other cars as well.
Another big anniversary this year, of course, is the 155 for its 30th. They'll be in the show zone as well.
I think the Register's organising a drive and a meal the day before, and then the get together at the event itself on the Sunday. So
it'll be a good weekend.
Yeah, it should be a good weekend. So a lot going on at National Alfa Day, but it's quite a busy time of year as well, isn't it? There's a couple of events hot on the heels of National Alfa Day. I think the first one is probably Festival Italia at Brands Hatch, which is the following weekend. Big club presence there, and I assume, Nick, that was sold out or completely taken.
Yeah, so they give us our usual 50 slots, and that went the same afternoon that they gave them to us, basically. So, yeah, what can you say? They're not even free anymore. You have to buy the tickets, and they still just went just like that. So it's a very popular event, very, very popular.
And as well as the display area there's a full day of Italian motor racing dominated by Alfa. So there's a couple of rounds of the Alfa Romeo Championship, which the club is sponsoring this year, not as title sponsor, but as one of the sponsors of the series, and the HRDC Classic Alphas.
I understand Alfa Romeo will be there with their hospitality unit. And
another chance to see a Tonale.
Yep.
Brilliant. And then I think you're doing something the week after that, David.
Yeah, well, we're back in with our third and final track day for members at Kerbera Sprint Course. So that's on the 18th of August. And so we've run 2 of those now and gone really well. It's a brilliant day for members to go. Litchfield is where the track is. It's 20 minutes from the NEC. So, we all go to the NEC and we're happy to drive 90 minutes or more to get to the NEC show. So honestly, to get to Kerbera, easy drive. It's just off the motorways, north of Birmingham. It's a brilliant day, loads of track time, no pressure, only one person on the track at a time. So it's really safe. Go at your own speed. And it's £42 for members. So yeah, that's on the 18th of August. Definitely worth looking that up if you fancy taking your Alfa off the public highway.
And then a couple of weeks after that, Nick, probably one of the biggest events that we get involved in terms of the total event for the weekend.
Indeed, a Silverstone Classic. That's the bank holiday weekend. Been moved this year. Again, I think we've got 60 cars in our display on the busiest day. So that's all. It is what it is, but it's a very popular event. So just keep our fingers crossed for the weather. It can be very miserable when it's very wet there, as everyone knows.
Well, we nearly drowned last year, didn't we?
Yes,
we did.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And Silverstone Classic's not the end of it, is it? We've got 3 more events in September.
We have back to AROC events again. We've got Saturday the 3rd is Southern Alfa Day at the Amberley Museum, organised by the Central Sussex section.
I should take an Alfa this time. I was there in a Ferrari the last time and got parked behind a Grundon bin.
Quite right too. Then the 18th September, we've got the rearranged Mick car at Kettleston Hall. We're being parked in a different area, which isn't so weather dependent, shall we say. So that should be okay to go ahead this time. And then at the end of the month, we have the resurrected Northern Alfa Day, 25th at Lotherton Hall near Leeds, which look forward to. It's a new venue for the club. Should be very good. Again,
and that looks like another one with lots of stuff to do other than look at cars.
You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, there's loads for kids and families to do. There's the wildlife park and kids play areas and things. So yeah, should be a good day. And that sort of brings the AROC events season to a close, just leaving the NEC after that.
Brilliant. Right. Well, that's plenty for people to do over the next few weeks. And I should be at most of those apart from National Alfa Day. Thank you all for taking part, and I'll speak to you all again soon.
Thank you, Guy.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, bye.
See you soon.
Well, that's it for this episode. Once again, we're taking a short break because of National Alfa Day and Festival Italia, but we'll be back in 3 weeks' time just ahead of the Silverstone Classic. Episode 63 will be available to download from 1:30 p.m. on the 21st of August from YouTube, Samsung Podcasts, Podbean, Podcast Addicts, and everywhere else good podcasts are found. Until then, stay safe.